Hello students, welcome to the class of Maths and hope you all are doing good. So today our new topic will be different operations on decimals as we have captured into the previous classes. Hope you have watched the video. Now we will continue on the decimals. What are the different actions which can be performed to identify which decimal is greater or lesser, or how to write the decimal numbers, just observing the numbers, and how to convert fractions into decimals, and we will also identify and do different operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division on decimals. So let us try to capture all of these one by one. Okay, so suppose we will just first identify writing a number in decimal form, right? Writing a number in in decimal form. How will write it? Suppose one number is there 5 and this is added with 1 by 10. Then what will be the decimal number? 5 will be added with 1 by 10. 1 by 10 is what? It's 0.1. You know how? Let me show you. For every number, I will just try to capture it over here. If a number 1 is there, 2 is there, 3 is there, that means 1 is what? Form of decimal, how we can write 1? 1.0. How we can write 2? 2.0. How we can write 3? 3.0. So there is already a decimal with each and every number with in front of us, right? So you can write 1 by 10. 1 by 10 is 1.0, right? So we will do the next operation here, just in the rough, I will show you, right? 1.0 divided by 10, okay? When any number is divided by 10 or multiples of 10, then this decimal shift towards the left position, right? And when similar number is multiplied with any number of tens or multiples of 10, then this number is shift towards the right, right? This is the case of multiplication, multiplication, and this is the case of, sorry, I'm writing in the reverse direction, don't worry. Initial was for division. So this is the case for division. When division is there, the decimal shifts towards left. Division is there. Decimal shifts to left, right? Left. And when multiplication is there, decimal shifts to right. This is a thumb rule. Just remember it, students. Right? This is a thumb rule. Just let me capture it from a different color so that we'll be able to remember. For a division, for a division, shift to decimal shifts to left, and for multiplication, decimal shifts to right. I think you got the concept behind this, right? Suppose so what we will capture, the 5 plus 0.1. What will be the answer? 5 plus 0.1, that will be 5.1. How it happened? Let us show me. 5 can be written as 5.0 and 0.1 could be written as 0.1. Make a very clear concept that whenever we are adding or doing any arithmetical operation on decimal numbers, you need to identify that where is the decimal and put the decimals below decimals. And this is always, okay, this is not a one case. This need to be kept in mind, and this has to be done always, right? You have to follow this rule. So here 5.0 is added with 0.1. What will be the answer? Tell me, students. 5.1. Good. Similarly, we will do some more operations. Suppose there is one another example. Take one example of 5.23, right? And let's the given fraction is like this and divided by 1000. What will be the answer? Okay, here the decimal 5.23 is divided by 1000. So number of zeros, count the number of zeros. Number of zeros, what are that? What is that? Number of zeros, number of zero in denominator is 3, right? Number of zero in denominator is 3. Therefore, in division, decimal shifts where? Shifts to left, as we discussed in the previous slide, right? Left. So this will 5.23, it will be like this. 5.23 divided by 1000 will lead to three zeros are there. So it will jump 3. 1. Let me just take the same color so that it will not confuse you guys. Take the same color. So the number is 5.23. 5.23. So number of zeros are what? 3. So this 3 means this decimal will jump 3. 1, it will come in one jump, it will come before 5. After that it will take another jump, no number is there, so put it 0. And when no number is there, put it another 0 and another 0, right? How many jump? From here to here, one jump. This is 2 jump. And from here to here, this is 3 jump. So what will be the answer now? 0.00523. This is our answer. This is our answer. Yes. Now, students, tell me, how do you compare? How do you we will take some more example of multiplications. Okay, so one more example only. Okay, it will take a very short time. Let the number 23.267 is multiplied by 1000. What will be the answer? Here it will be 2326700. In this case, I will just write it down. In this case, you will, in case of multiplication, just multi, sorry, multiply numbers ignoring the place of decimal, right? In multiplication, in terms of 1, 10, 100 or 1000, okay, or whatever it be, when the number of zeros are there, irrespective or any kind of number, two decimal numbers or one numeral without decimal or one with decimal, just multiply the numbers ignoring the place of decimal. Then what you will do? What you will do? After that, then put decimal in answer by counting. How we will count? Let us see. So here the number of decimals which is into 23.267. It is just after from right you can count 1, 1, 2, 3. So you counted 3. So in the decimal you will take 1, 2, 3, and then you put the decimal over here. So where what is the number after putting the decimal? Here the decimal will be kept. Okay, the number will be, the answer will be 23267, and this is your answer, right? So friends, will take another example of like and unlike decimals. Okay, so how do we identify two decimals are like or unlike? Let us do it. Like and unlike decimals. When any number, suppose 5.2, question 5.2 and 302.367. Okay, this is the question. Okay, and we have a question, we have to convert the above decimals into like. I kept it right. I just write it in a bigger font so that you will understand very easily. Just convert the above decimals into like fractions. Sorry, like decimals. Okay. So what we will do? Like decimals. 5.2. Put it over here. As I said earlier, you should always, when you are comparing two numbers in the decimal chapter or in decimals, you will just write the numbers in such a way that decimal will come just below the initial decimal or the below the decimal of the first number. So when you will arrange it, it will look like this: 302.367, right? And when you do the operation, any kind of operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, you can do any kind of arithmetic operations, right? But here we are just converting the two decimals into like. Okay, these are unlike decimals, because the number of terms, number of numerals on the right of decimal, that is tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. In 302.367, it's going up to the thousandth place, but in 5.2 it's going up to the tenth place only, right? So what we will do, after just marking the decimal beyond the decimal, we'll just after that, from the right hand side, if nothing is there, you can put it 0, 0, right? Let me put it in some different color so that we'll be able to identify very, very easily. Okay, put 0 and 0. These zeros, these zeros are inserted for conversion into like decimals. Okay. And in this way, we can say that both the above numbers 5.200 and 302.367, these are like decimals. They are converted to like decimals. We did operation on one of the decimal numbers, and now both of these numbers are converted into like decimals. Now we will just study one more topic, students, very quickly, that is greater and lesser. Okay. How do you compare two decimals are greater or lesser? Okay, two decimals are greater or lesser. Greater or lesser decimal number comparison. Right? Fine, students. Let us do it. So first we will take some example. As I said, suppose the numbers are there, suppose 3.2 and another number is suppose 5.2. So here no need to go after the decimal in the tenths, hundred and thousand. Last suffix is ths, right? So please mind it, as I mentioned into my previous video regarding the regarding this decimal concept. We have you can easily understand the concept of tens, hundreds and thousands. So here you can see 3.2 and 5.2 both are covering the tens number and ones number. But when two numbers are like this, there is very easy comparison. Need not to go from right of this decimal. Need not to go from to the right side of this decimal. Okay, you will do only one thing here. This comparison not required. You know why? Because you can see 3 is less than 5, therefore 3.2 is less than 5.2. It's very easy. But when you took some another question, when we take another example, suppose we need to compare 3.2 and 3.203, then which is greater? Which is greater or lesser, right? So as I said, how to compare the two numbers? We did comparison 3.2, right? And we will just put decimal of below the decimal and then 3.203. Here it is converted into like. First step, convert into like decimal, right? So 3.2 will be converted with addition of two zeros into the right, will not change the value, and 3.200 and 3.203. Now you can easily understand which is greater. You can easily understand which is greater, 3.200 or 3.203. So definitely 3.203 is greater than 3.200. So students, in this way you can identify which numbers are greater or lesser in decimals. You can easily identify, right? So expressing the fraction as decimals we just understood, and how the main additions or subtractions will perform. How to do that we just discussed over this step also, and we also discussed around which how to identify two numbers or two decimal numbers as a greater or lesser. But just enjoy your learning, and for any kind of queries I will just request you to just put up into the comment box. I will just respond to that whenever I will get time. And again I will say you just subscribe to my channel Mathics, and definitely I will help you out at any point of time. Happy learning. Bye bye students. Thanks. Good.